Why, good morning. The sun is shining. The weather. I can't even speak. Should I start again? Just scratch that last line out. Let's start again. Good morning. How are you doing, beautiful souls? Look, the sun is shining. The weather is sweet. We can erase. Erase 2020. Get rid of it. What do you mean 2020? When was that then? Hey, it doesn't seem like 2 days ago since 2020, does it? It only feels like the day after yesterday. Cheers. How are you doing, guys? Beautiful day. Wow. Having a little coffee. I've got to have a coffee with you. It's our coffee morning. Come a little bit closer. Come on. Come and say hello to this face. Is it getting a little bit chubby? Is his eyes a little bit dark? Well, he's working bloody hard, that's why. Non-stop. Do you want to see how hard I'm working? I'll show you what I'm doing today, just to give you an idea. Okay, this is today's work. That's today's work. Chevron, Cavensite, some beautiful silicon, labradorite, green opal, yummy. Oh, chevron, beautiful. Oh, all been mounted now. Do you remember when I got them and sent them to Palo? This is what I'm working on today, guys. Okay, this gives you an idea of what I'm doing today. Look at these then. Oh, yummy. Tangerine aura. Beautiful. Angel aura. Yummy. Aqua aura. Yummy. Nice. That's sun aura. Looks like titanium, but it's sun. Some really nice agates I've got in. Ooh, yummy. Bursite. Isn't that beautiful? Look. And then some really beautiful high quality amethyst. You can't see, but these are just incredible. Delicious. Okay. Oh. Look at this beauty here. Gorgeous. We like a bit of lapis lace. Gorgeous. Oh. This feels, the chungite feels lovely. I'm really happy with the chungite. Feels beautiful. Yummy. Nice, bit of ocean jasper there. Gorgeous ocean jasper. Really nice. Citrine. Oh, I went to the pictures yesterday with my daughter to watch Wonder Woman, and guess what? Yeah, they made this out to be an evil stone. Hollywood, you are despicable in all its shape and form. You are the evil of mankind. So basically on Wonder Woman there was a dangerous crystal called citrine that if you made a wish to it, it came true, but it came with bad luck. Just garbage, utter garbage, just killing the truth and the love of crystals. Get that gorgeous. Bit of lizardite. Some lovely, lovely pieces of amethyst. Gorgeous pieces of amethyst, hand chosen, hand picked in its natural form. Look how natural that is. Isn't that beautiful? Yummy. Nice piece. A few pieces here and there of sunstone. Love my sunstone. When you get that into the sunlight, you know why they call it sunstone. Oh yeah, another piece. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Hey man, That's a big piece. Yeah, it's gorgeous. That is smoky quartz, actually. Is that beautiful? That's for healers. So these are the big ones are for healers, working as healers, full-time healers. Lovely jubbly. Ah, look, a nice piece of bumblebee. Look at that. Hand-picked, beautiful piece. And then mounted. Yeah. Gorgeous. I got my work cut out. Wow, there's some beautiful pieces. There really is. When's he gonna stop? I don't. Oh, like a bit of cinnabite. Oh, yeah, yummy. Cinnabite, gorgeous crystal. Amazing. Amazing. Is that it? Not really. Not really. Yummy. Oh. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Yeah. Moldies. Moldies. Moldavites. Moldavites. Beautiful, gorgeous, stunning Moldavites. All here. Wow. Beautiful pieces. Look. Yummy. Oh, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy. Ah, nice. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful. I'm actually sweating. As soon as the Moldavite went into my hand, I went into a sweat. The Moldavites. Thank God it's finished. I have actually. That's it. Oof. Wow. I'm sweating. Moldavite. Yeah. Moldavite here. Sweating. And look at that. I did a video, if you haven't seen it yet. It's on this beautiful crystal called lemon quartz. Go and watch it. Amazing lemon quartz. Nice. Good morning, dear friends. Today is a day of crystals. Today is a day of uplifting work with the energy of crystals, healing. Crystals heal in many different ways. I never judge a crystal, ever. I just wait till I feel the energy within it. Do you want me to show you how? I'll show you how I work with crystals, okay? Give you a quick idea. If I've never worked with a crystal before, this is how I start the healing work before I even buy them, consider buying them. So let me just grab any crystal from over here. Okay, so my eyes are closed and I'm holding this crystal. And I'm going to now sit and feel and tell you what I feel as it begins to happen and what this crystal does for me. It's important to get yourself comfortable or else it doesn't work. It's important to breathe and then to clear all thoughts and allow any feelings to come through. Okay, so first of all, I'm receiving an energy that is starting to accumulate in the chest, it feels like my chest and my breathing is becoming okay, that's gone. So what happened there was it's an opening of the breathing within the chest. So this helps with the chest and it helps open your chest. So if you suffer with anything within the chest, this crystal is a great crystal for this area. Again, I feel at peace, more relaxed. I feel heightened sensitivity in the whole of my body. I feel like my body is alert and aware of everything around me. There is not a tingling, but a new awareness coming across the whole of my head and all down my body, right to my feet. My feet feel a bit, it almost feels like I'm feeling cold, but it's not cold. It's an energy that is either healing or just making me aware, opening me up to a new sense. It's like an awareness. It's something I haven't felt for a while. I'm becoming aware of things that I don't know what they are yet. So it's almost like my body is becoming a telescope or a microscope for feeling and seeing things around me. I'm becoming more aware. I'm becoming heightened in my can't think of the words. Healing lower back. It feels like my lower back is being healed. So the core, my core is being healed. I feel the warmth at the bottom of where my bum is, and right hand side, slightly to the right. It's definitely a detoxer. It's a cleanser and clearer. I feel like I'm being healed all around. Feels like I'm creating an energy around my body that is like a protection. Heighten of hearing, heighten awareness. So this crystal is a heightening of your awareness. Okay, I'm opening my eyes. Okay, that makes sense. This is Silicon Valley. That makes sense now to what that was. Silicon Valley is a crystal that I've been working with, and it really does generate an energy to help with microwaves, with any negative energy around your body. We talked about the 5G effects of what the body starts to feel bad with, and the 5G effects, if you look at it, it's like radiation poisoning. It affects the chest, breathing. So now that makes sense. I can smile and say, okay, this definitely makes sense, because my chest, you heard me, something felt weird. And just so you know, I didn't know which crystal I was picking. I picked randomly. I stuck my hand in there randomly. You saw my eyes close. So it could have been any of those crystals. And this work is so amazing. You don't need to try and do anything or prove anything. It does its work. So it helped with my lower back. It helped my awareness, and my whole body started to become very aware. Well, you heard what I said, so it makes sense, because Silicon Valley is one of those crystals that I'm recommending to people for cleansing and clearing a 5G and all the microwaves that is around us, this soup that is in the air and in space, that we all now start to understand that this space AI technology isn't just there at all for our benefit. It's there for surveillance and all the very, very sinister things that are happening in the world right now. So we need to protect ourselves, and there is a possibility as well that when wearing a piece of Silicon Valley, it may interfere with that AI technology. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure about that, but I have a gut feeling it actually makes a difference and helps you along your journey of cleansing and clearing your toxins. I don't know if I said toxins or not. I might have done, I might have not. But yeah, interesting crystal. Very interesting. So that's kind of like how I attune to crystals before I buy them. If it feels right for me, then I'll begin the journey by making the purchase of 10 or 20 or 50 or 2 or 1. And then start the work with it, start to feel it more, and then add energy to it that I think complements the crystal. Once we add the energy into them and complement the crystal, then we put them on the website, and or like the few thousand this past few months that we've given away have gone to people who have needed them. I receive messages every day, by the way, of people who said that I'm still here because of the crystal, and I've said, what do you mean? Well, I didn't want to live anymore, life was so bad, and the crystal came and it helped me dramatically. Or messages of people saying that, I purchased a Moldavite and I was completely depressed, life was taking me nowhere, and now I feel a different way of life, I feel differently. And I said to you guys, one of the things I want to write in my book, which we're on with right now, and it's a key point for me, is that if every single person held a crystal, or more to the point, if every single person in the world held a piece of Moldavite, I think would change the world in a day, because Moldavite awakens something within us that I think is very hard to describe because it's extraterrestrial. And some people believe that we are extraterrestrial, so all it's doing is waking us up from wherever we came from, the seed, the stars, whatever. It's obviously something people talk about right now because it's interesting, because of the ongoing discussion about whether we are descendants of apes or whether we are basically a design of extraterrestrials, which is other beings throughout the galaxy. It's all interesting, it's fascinating to me. But what is important is that they say that this world has been here millions and millions of years, and we have been here over and over again. And what we find that when we do the studying and the research is that we kill ourselves out, and then we start again. And I just hope, with my hand on my heart every day, that we don't do this, and we're not doing it now. And I hope we can break free from the pain and suffering that many people are going through, and all the things that are happening that shouldn't be happening right now. One of the things I wanted to share with you today was the fact that Mark Bajerski has a platform. Before, he didn't really have a platform. It was only a small platform. It's kind of growing now. So there's two things with that. One, I have to be aware that certain people watch this because of positivity, right? And if you look at all of my videos, which is 1,000, a lot of those videos are positivity. But I also have to be aware of my truth, okay? I'm not just here to please people and just to say anything that you want to hear to make you feel better. I have to talk about knowledge and wisdom, as well as facts and truth and my experience. And if I'm not speaking truth and I'm hiding truth, then that wouldn't make me real. I would be just another person from Gaia, or another person from all of these shows that are saying, just meditate all day and, and everything's going to be fine. And I could do that very easily. Too easy. Very easy. I could do it, but I'm not that kind of person. My truth is my truth, and I speak it whether you like it or not. There's not much of a filter in me. I am who I am. So there are people who get disheartened by me because they never really learned anything. They took certain things, but they never really truly learned or understood the fact that Mark Bajerski talks about non-judgment, talks about acceptance. And do you see me running to everybody all day long telling people what they should and shouldn't say? You see, people out there, and there are quite a few who send me messages every day saying, you know, you've changed, or you're not the person that you are. Well, didn't you ever hear me say that all we ever do is change? We are work in motion. We change all the time. And if you look at somebody and want them to be that person, then I would say shame on you. Because you're telling people to sit in your box, in your bubble, in your crowd, in your, comfort zone. And where do you grow with that? There's no growing. You just stay as you are. That's not why you're here. You're not here to sit under a tree for 20 years and meditate. You're here to make a difference in the world. That's why you're here, and so am I. So throughout my day, throughout my life, throughout my observations, I see things. Nothing's ever stopped. I used to say, 16 years ago, hang on a minute, how come they haven't embraced Dr. Brzezinski, who's curing cancer over there in Texas? Now, there was people back then screaming at me then saying, why are you talking about that? Talk about nice things. Stop talking about, the government not doing things. Well, if I see wrong, I'm going to talk about it. That's the whole point, isn't it? Isn't the whole point about being here, sharing your observations as you see some damage caused by doing or not doing? So the point is, you can say what you want, you can do what you want, and that's your path, that's your journey. But I don't go onto people's platforms and say, hey, stop changing, be the person that you were, stop, because then all that's doing is the same as everybody else. Isn't that right? Telling people what they should and shouldn't do, what they should say, what they shouldn't say. I'm sick of you being this or doing that. Well, you know what? It's called choice, free will. And if you don't like it, that's fine, no problem. Work on it. Work on that you don't like it. Don't worry about it. Work on it. One of the things I've always said is if I don't like something, I ask myself why I don't like it. And I work on that myself. My journey right now is one of crystals. My journey right now is one of healing. My journey right now is one of gifting, sharing, and teaching. And I do that every day with passion. I hold a crystal in my hand with passion. I hold it with 100% devotion, with a feeling of everything is within this crystal and within my hand. Nothing else bothers me or worries me. I take that crystal out. I observe something that's not right in the world. I put full focus on that. I observe it and I work on it and I try and heal it. Words are really important. Wisdom, knowledge is important. So I can give you 100 types of situations where you could say, well, I get that now, Mark. And one of them is quite clear, really. There was it's really interesting, this. I read for a guy, and he was a really lovely, lovely man. He came to my place with a long white top. He had white beard, white hair, and he wore like a really nice mala beads. They were coloured mala beads. He was gentle, he was kind, he was caring. What I saw prior to him coming to me is when I was walking through the village, round about 11 o'clock, I saw him sat with somebody else. And I got and I looked at him and thought, oh, he's like a guru type man. And the guy next to him, sat next to him, I had this terrible feeling, terrible feeling. Anyway, he came, sat down, and I started reading, and I never look at what I see with my eyes. So I ignored that and I started reading, and sure enough, this man came in, and I started reading about a certain man and what he was about to do, and it was about a business adventure they were going on, and that he would do something very, very bad, very bad. And then I started looking at this man, and I saw that he was abused as a child, and as he got older, he'd done some terrible things because of the abuse. And I said that this abuse is causing him to abuse others in many different ways. And you believe that he loves you, but it's not love. There's something very deep and wrong. When I'd finished, this guy said to me, that was really interesting. He says, I'm glad I came for a reading, but I also feel that I wish you didn't put out negative messages. And I felt really bad. And I said, I'm really sorry about that. And he said, you should be more positive and more. And I said, well, I definitely tried to look for the positivity in the man that I saw next to you. And I said, but there wasn't any in that particular 2 or 3 years. And I looked further and I couldn't see anything 5 years. And I could feel he was saying that because he didn't hear the answer that he wanted to hear, which is fine. I often heard that in readings, but it didn't matter to me. And I said to him, look, with all my heart, I just share my truth. And that was the truth. I can't give you what you want to hear. And he said, well, maybe you should think about being more kind and caring. Within a month after that, I had a phone call. This man came back to see me, and he was cut across his face, a real bad cut, and it was stitched up. And he sat down and he said, before we start, he said, I want to apologize. I said, what for? He said, if I would have embraced what you said and told me, this wouldn't happen. And then he lifted his top up, and he was cut across here, and he showed me a scar. The man that I was talking about took a knife and tried to kill him. And I have many stories like that. And it's not for me to say he should have left that person. But I think what I'm trying to say is ultimately that we can believe this world is beautiful and amazing, filled with love, and we can only share that positivity all day long. And you can find that positivity all day long. But as a true reader, as somebody who doesn't judge, who sits on a fence and just reads and shares truth, truth comes with yin and yang. Truth comes with positive and negative. And for me, being a reader and a healer, it was more about not showing, hey, don't go with that person. It was like looking for situations how to heal. So, okay, you're with this person, this might happen, so we can try and do this or deal with this. And as a reader, I really tried not to say, don't do this. I would say, these are your circumstances, what I'm looking at. These are your choices, and there's many of them. If you took this choice, this would happen. If you took that choice. But going back to him, he realized that after something so shocking that another human being could do, he came to apologize, not for a reading and not for a healing as such, but to say, I'm sorry. Sometimes the universe, spirit, tells us, speaks to us every day. And they don't always speak to us in They warn us. They give us this connection between our beautiful consciousness and what's being tried to knock out. The system's tried to kill that, tried to knock it out of you as a kid. But it's still there. We can still attune to it. And the universe, spirit world, whatever you want to call it, tries to guide us and help us. So they help us not only in but they help us to become aware and to share valuable information that helps mold the world in a positive way. You can't mold the world in a positive way if you don't deal with issues that need changing. How do you change the world? Some people believe that you change the world just by sitting and meditating. If that's the case, then why are we And many of us out there, many healers, many people who've written books, many people who have, talked to God and written books all about the download, many people who have sat or stood up in Machu Picchu or all the places in the world and received a download to be able to go out and share to the world what they saw the future and how, if we're not careful, we need to change it. How can meditating, or should I say, isn't it true that if you sit and meditate, the meditation state is to attune to the spirit world or your higher consciousness? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So if it's all about sitting under a tree, well, you do nothing. But you sit under a tree to observe and to feel and then to share your truth. The Buddha shared his truth. Why? Because he sat under a tree, meditated, and received information and shared that information with the world. What could be more profound than saying pain is inevitable and suffering is optional? Did you hear what I just said? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. So I share the pain that I see the future is bringing. And it's up to us to make that change or to do something about it. So what I'm trying to say in a gentle way is, you can try and mold me into the way of just being happy every day, but it won't work. You can try and push me into being positive every day, but it won't work. And the reason why it won't work is because I am a pure individual that is not pushed, that is not programmed, that will not do what is told, that will simply flow. And it isn't stubbornness, it's being in an energy of truth. And truth comes with positive, negative, light and dark. The power of a warrior is to face all of these things head on. Face your demons, face the darkness, face people who come at you with a knife, face people who are manipulating, face people who are trying to change the world for greed and for whatever they want in their world, whereas people like me want equality in the world. We want everybody to feel love and compassion. I'll just give you for instance. Right now, there is a war going on between the system and us. The system being the darkness. And there's many things that I see through the day that I challenge the system by. So one of the things is right now, and it's been going on for a while, that people are trying to live off grid. And the system, the darkness, does not want that. The darkness wants to pull you into its system. And if you leave it, then it loses the power. So what the darkness does is then point its finger at you and then find you, or it will punish you. So there are many people now buying little tiny wood huts and houses and putting them on bits of land here and there. And the system is now coming to you and trying to strangle you or fine you or do bad things. And the reason why it does that, it says, because you don't have certain things that you should have there that you need. So you're causing an issue and anything bad could happen. Like, you don't have the necessary safety things there. Like, you don't have the running water, you don't have the electric. So you are causing, or you could cause a problem because of safety and health, and we are looking after you because you're not doing it correctly, right? And as I'm hearing this lie after lie, I'm looking on the streets of Brighton, seeing all these homeless people who are just left there. So I turn to the system, which is the darkness, and say, hang on a minute, you're saying that person can't have a nice wooden home on there without electric, and who's willing to, live off the grid and be no problem to you. You're saying that they're a danger to themselves. And I'm looking at these people on the street with no house, living out of a bag on the floor. Hello? Is anybody listening? Is anybody hearing what I'm saying? The darkness does not want you to live off grid. It doesn't want you to live away from its all-seeing eye. It has nothing to do with safety. The darkness is a manipulating, disgusting, evil system that wants to control you. Everything you do, it wants to enslave you. Now please, if you're going to try and stop me from sharing this truth, then I am not the right person for you anymore. You need to leave this channel and find somebody else who will give you all the fluffy, wonderful, joyful things every single day. And just stick with them, because that's your tribe. This tribe here is a tribe of balance, a tribe of strength and power, a tribe of warriors, light workers, who once they understand what's going on, then they can make a difference, not just by words, but by their intentions of how they can change the world through meditation. So all is perfect, light and dark. I don't judge you. I never judge you. I haven't time to judge you. I'm too busy in my own life. If you're judging me, telling me to be nice and happy every day, then I would say you're not doing much for yourself, are you? Oh, but I'm doing this, I'm doing... Well, you seem to be judging instead of taking and seeing and working and getting on with your life. And that's it. That's my message today. I love you all. I'm going to crack on now, and I'm going to do a live probably tonight, because I'm inundated with messages and I can't answer them all. I really can't. So we have a pure energy healing course coming up in the next 3 weeks. That's a 4-day course. People are asking me question after question after question. I just thought, you know what? Just hang fire. Come on tonight. Let's say 6 o'clock tonight, Spain time. I'm going to do a live. And if you've got any questions you'd like to ask me about the pure energy healing online 4-day course, please hop on and just ask me whatever you want, and I'll give you all the information about this amazing 4-day course, this beautiful 4-day course. If you want to ask questions, if you're a bit worried about certain things, you don't know whether you should and shouldn't do it, or what's involved, get your questions ready. Let's do this and let's finalize this, and then to see if you feel as if you're ready and if everything works out by what I say. Because it may work out perfect, it may not be the right time, but that's okay. There's always other courses online. There's always other things happening. So don't worry yourself and put pressure on yourself. It's no good coming to a course and putting pressure on yourself. It should just flow. But tonight at 6 o'clock, let's do this. Let's do a live for 40 minutes and ask me whatever question you want about the course and I'll answer it. Okay? Okay, then I hope you all have a lovely day today. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me. I am now going to crack on with these crystals and hopefully get a few on the website today at markbajerski.com. So that's it. I'll get back to work. Have a great day. See you guys. Love you all. Bye.